Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chentex Multimedia Live Streaming, all the way from Brisbane, streaming directly to your device. And it's wonderful to have your company once again. And today we have lots to talk about, all the updates. Of course, the vaccine has been put out as well. And we will also show you the coverage of Srila Bhaktivedanta Guru Goswamiji's 100th anniversary celebration as Queensland Vedic Cultural Centre and organised by the Bhakti Brisbane group. And it was a wonderful function, but it will be good that you can see firsthand what happened there. But before we go any further, let's take a very quick look at the weather for today. With that, let's welcome Dilraj.
Good morning everyone. Weather forecast for the rest of today is maximum 32 degree. Brisbane area is partly cloudy with very high chance of showers, most likely in the afternoon and evening. There is chance of thunderstorm as well during the afternoon and evening, mainly in the west. Light winds becoming northeasterly 15 to 25 km per hour in the morning during the day and then tending easterly in the evening. Fire danger is high. Sun protection is recommended till 10 to 4 in the evening and UV index is predicted to reach 11, that is extreme. Till tomorrow, stay safe and enjoy the rest of your day.
And thank you very much for that update, the Dilraj. Well, right now we'll go into the top stories for today. And let's take a very quick look at what's happening in the field. So if you look at today, in this update, a fourth woman has made allegations about a former Mauritian government staff member, and the national rollout of COVID-19 vaccine is underway. The Victorian government has announced royal commission into the Crown Casino, and a memorial service has been held in New Zealand to mark the 10 years since the Christchurch earthquake. It's been some time now. JobMaker consents in the Treasury documents employers could sack experienced employees, replace them with workers earning just a third of the salary, and get a taxpayer-funded grant to do the previously secret Treasury document by Victoria government, which calls for royal commission into Melbourne's Crown Casino. Well, these are some of the news making headline for today. And the Minister for Gaming and Liquor Regulations, Melissa Horne, said reports from the Baggin inquiry into New South Wales are incredibly concerning. Landowners are not convinced that fast-tracking the dam is a good idea. A proposal to dam a river near Tenterfield that would come at the cost of homes and farms is causing distress in Tenterfield and northern New South Wales. Blue Scope climate action is not optional. Australian steelmaker announces big profits, and this all comes at the very high cost, and appoints a new chief executive for climate change. And of course, NASA gives front row seat to thrilling descent and touchdown of Perseverance. The Perseverance rover successfully landed on Zerzo crater in February 18th as part of NASA's Mars 2020 mission. Next up, Sunita Bose explains why being done and a limit of misinformation. 6 major tech companies, including Google, Facebook, have signed up to a voluntary code of practice for dealing with misinformation. So that was the case that was happened there, developed in the request of federal government during an inquiry into digital platforms in 2019. So what can we expect from COVID-19 vaccine rollout? The vaccine rollout is the largest public health measure in Australia's history. And Andrew Robertson says vaccine rollout is logistically complex. In Western Australia, Chief Health Officer has praised the success of the vaccination rollout in the state, and he says that you can expect everyone in the state to have opportunity to be immunized by the end of the year. Vaccine development continues to fight COVID variants. Of course, the variants are what is causing a problem. While the nation celebrates the start of vaccination, there are still unanswered questions, mainly whether we will be able to avoid the lockdowns and when we might be able to reopen to the rest of the world. Well, of course, after the events happened. Quarantine worker Erica Blick receives one of the first coronavirus vaccines in NT. And quarantine worker Erica Blickley receives one of the first the coronavirus vaccines in Northern Territory, as we know. Well, of course, looking at the finance, the Bank of Queensland has acquired ME Bank from the industry super funds. So BOQ says the takeover will allow the bank to be a genuine alternative to the Big Four. So, that's the finance news. Bank of Queensland announces that they take over, and Queensland boss George Freiris speaks after the ACC gives the green light to the measure, creating Australia's sixth largest lender. So, what does the real estate price surge mean for home buyers? We can see that tomorrow as well when Usha Chandra will be here. The pandemic was widely predicted to cause a property slump in Australia, but instead it supercharged the market with high prices, and which is creating sellers' dream but a buyer's nightmare. Claire O'Neill on the culture of male entitlement in Parliament House. Claire O'Neill is the Shadow Minister for Senior Australians and Aged Care Services, and she says that she has got grave concerns regarding the workplace culture at Parliament House. Well, it shouldn't be Parliament House, it should be anywhere. Alleged rape of the political staffer who knew and when the fallout from the alleged rape of a young political staffer at Parliament House is continuing to reverberate around Canberra. The question of what happened afterwards is raising uncomfortable questions about a possible culture in politics of don't ask, don't tell. COVID-19 vaccinations get underway across Australia as we have had before. Thousands rolled up their sleeves to be part of history in the making. Mass vaccinations officially got underway across most of the country, and it unfolded in each state. Next up, looking at Kakadu, which is in crisis. Kakadu National Park is supposed to be a jewel in Australia's tourism crown, but despite its stunning landscapes, the World Heritage listed site is in crisis. Accusations of mismanagement and neglect, which have fueled a bitter dispute between the park's traditional owners and the authority that runs the park. There's always that big challenge. Traditional owners are speaking out about their frustrations, and they want all Australians to hear about them, which is quite fair. Next up, we go to Israel, which begins to reopen after mass vaccination. Israel is the world leader in coronavirus vaccination per capita, but doses are only beginning to arrive in the Palestinian territories of Middle East. Of course, we know that throughout the world, and of course we go to London, Boris Johnson sets out England's exit strategy after lockdown, under the pressure to allow more freedom to millions stuck at the home and offer hope to certain businesses. The UK Prime Minister has set out a 4-stage plan to the easing of the restrictions. I've learned a lot of things about myself, says Novak Djokovic, and he reflects on his Australian Open experience. He described his 9th Australian Open Championship win as one of the most challenging of his career. Next up, we go to San Francisco house has been moved 6 blocks away. A 39-year-old San Francisco home has been moved from Franklin Street to its new location on Fulton Street. So these are some of the news in brief for today. And as we know, today we're going to look at, as our main key feature, is the 100th anniversary celebration of Srila Bhaktivedanta Guru Swamiji at Queensland Vedic Centre. But before we do that, let's take a very quick look at a message from our sponsors.
GlobeNet Realty. GlobeNet Realty has been the longest established, trusted and respected agency in its trade area. Washa Chandra, Director of GlobeNet Realty, provides honest and ethical service to her customers. If you are thinking of investing in Brisbane real estate market, or if you are seeking professional property management, then you should contact Usha Chandra today on landline 3865 4466 or mobile 0419 775 416. And for further updates, log on to our website www.globenetralty.com.au. GlobeNet Realty is your own local real estate agency. Situated at Shop 52281 Sandgate Road, Boondall. GlobeNet Realty. Real estate is our world.
Lots of stage items, including all the youngsters who played the pastimes of Sri Krishna.
Giri Govardhana
And many delightful stage items that took place. And as I mentioned, there's so many different stage items, and little Krishna there as well. The youngsters, they were adorable in the manner in which they conducted the stage item. And looking at the kids' perspective on the incident, so it was quite good to see the way and the manner in which they presented the stage show.
used to say, "Bahut acha." Always, all programs and all events used to go so nicely. And today I feel His presence here. So many of us here today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll leave that there. So that was the 100th anniversary celebration of Bhakti Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswamiji at Queensland Vedic Centre, and everyone did a wonderful job there. It was so good to see, especially the youngsters coming in and taking part and looking at their version of the story. It was quite wonderful and quite good to see that. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the moment, this will be the new format of the daily shows for the time being, and we'll see as we work through some of the issues that's happening in and around the way news is handled on many of the social media platforms. But we will keep going, and we'll do the best as we can. But one thing is that we do go to a lot of functions, so we will bring to you live coverages of people who have not been able to go, and you'll get a chance to get glimpses of the functions. The whole show would be a little bit too long, but we will bring to you the glimpses of those shows so that you too can have a quick look at what happened in and around Brisbane, and that is what our main aim is, sharing that information, and as our strong point has always been the connection with the community. Things that happen out in the community, functions and events, and so many things that do happen out within the community. There's many big things that make news, those news everyone gets on the channels and all those things, but there are many times these small things that happen out in the community that might be of interest. People love to see that. So those are the kind of things that we will bring to you. It's been wonderful having your company. Until tomorrow, it's goodbye from me. Enjoy the rest of the day, but most importantly, stay safe.